Alright, welcome back to some more fun arena runs. In this run, I decided to go for something pretty unique that I don't think I've gone for before. It involved a level 3 Skunk and a level 3 Mosquito. So you might know that the level 3 Skunk reduces the highest health unit to 1 HP, and if it has higher attack, then its ability will go first, and the Mosquito will go second. And the Mosquito deals 1 damage to a bunch of random enemies, so you can kind of imagine what the idea behind this build is. It's a little bit tricky to actually get because most of the time you're not trying to buff a skunk to have like higher attack than the units that have been on your team for a really long time. So it can be a little bit tricky to get going, but it's not too big of a problem as long as you can just get like a monkey and then you put the skunk in front and things work out pretty well. I've found that skunk is just a really fun unit to have. It really messes with people's teams and it's a pretty good unit. I even like it more than the rooster. I think a lot of people really value the Rooster a lot as like the best tier 4 maybe or like the second best behind Penguin because a Penguin is a scaler, but like I think that Skunk is actually better than Rooster. I could be way off base here, but I really prefer the Skunk over the Rooster and you can't change my mind. Actually, you can, but I mean, it's going to take a lot of effort and you're probably not going to want to go for it. Anyway, so another good, like, I'm going for a lot of draws, which means I just had the badger in the back and I don't even bother buying the honey because I need the time to scale the skunk and all that stuff. We need to get to like late game. I've done a few runs where it's like you win on turn like 12 or 13 and it's just not enough time. And so badger in the back causes a lot of draws, which is good news for us. Alright, I get an early bison here. Bison's a pretty tricky one to take, like, or to decide whether to take or not. I think if you have a level 2 and 2/3, it's definitely worth it. And if you have like a level 2 and a third, you can maybe take it if you know you're going to stick with that unit for a while. But there are some units that are just not very good late game, like level 3 otter or like level 3 fish, unless if like they're really high statted. But usually the ones that you want are just mosquito or like swan or something like that. If you can get those level 3 or like 2 and a third and you know you want to level them up, then maybe you can go for that bison when you don't already have a level 3. But like bison in general, it's a good unit because it's like free scaling, but it's not worth trying to like build your entire team around. If you happen to get a level 3, then yeah, you can try to take it, but if you don't, you're not missing out on too much because like late game, I guess this is more in versus rather than arena. You want things with abilities rather than just stats. In arena, you can actually just win with stats, so it's actually not really a big deal. But yeah, Bison, it's like a solid A tier unit, but nothing too crazy OP that needs to be nerfed. Another draw, looking good for us. I'm only at 1 win and it's already turn 8. It's exactly what I want, actually. I even put Melon on the Badger just for that extra like draw potential. And Swan, of course, I said this before, but if you're going for some specific build, you're going to be rolling a lot, which means you definitely want Swans. And there's the Skunk. Got it on turn 7, so pretty lucky. I don't know what the actual odds are of finding things in the shop that you specifically want, but I feel like a lot of times when I was going for the Penguin runs, I just would roll 10 times on like turn 7, 8, and just not get it. Also, love killing their Badger, which kills their own units. That's so much fun right there. And an early monkey. I forgot how lucky I got during this run, but it hit also the perfect thing with melon armor. Sometimes you just get really lucky. You know, what can I say? And so I'm going for that level 3 mosquito eventually, but I also need to buff the skunk, so that's why I'm buffing the skunk instead of the mosquito. I mean, I didn't really specify the right reason. I meant that the skunk has to have higher attack, of course. As you can see, the mosquito's going before it. This is also kind of important if you go for like leopard. So in versus lobbies, a lot of times, if you go super late game, you kind of do need leopard because it's one of the best late game units. Its ability is just crazy good. It deals 50% of its attack to 3 random enemies at level 3. And so that's a potential for 75 damage. You get 3 leopards and you're doing 225 damage, which absolutely destroys people's teams. So if you can get that, then it works out extremely well. But you also need like level 3 monkey or multiple monkeys in order to scale it quick enough. It's a pretty tricky situation, but like if you want to win a versus lobby, the best way to kind of guarantee it is to get triple leopards or even quadruple leopards. The optimal team is like 4 leopards and a rooster. So, or you can of course go tiger leopard. I guess that's kind of the same thing. Unless it's like If it's a really, really late game thing, then you actually want the shops at 50-50, where you go like cat can or chicken if you're in the paid pack. Get the shops to 50-50 so you can have 5 50-50s. Because if you're going like tiger leopard, usually the tiger has really low stats. But always nice after a loss to get a snail is just a huge advantage. So many stats, even on like turn 10, it's still very good, but of course it's being nerfed in the upcoming patch, so not going to be as huge of a factor, which is nice, but it's also like they made snail really bad. It's like almost never worth taking, if you ask me, unless if it's maybe turns like 3, 4, 5. After that, the scaling of +1/+1 is like nothing. But it's looking pretty good. We got the level 2 monkey. We also have a penguin frozen, but I actually don't really need the penguin, but I guess I decided to take it anyway. Like, I guess another monkey would also be really nice, but like having the monkey and the penguin, you just get one really strong unit and a bunch of other decent units. And so it's just really hard to counter monkey penguin scaling. And also we have this skunk, which like eventually can just one-shot their biggest unit, even if they have melon armor and stuff, which is very helpful. Level 3 mosquito. There's also a tiger there, so you might see in the thumbnail there is a tiger, and I'll get it eventually, but like tigering a mosquito is just kind of funny because you wouldn't think to tiger a tier 1, but it can actually help, especially with the skunk. You want to make sure you hit that 1 health units. And at this point, it's looking like a win. We got some really good stats. We got melon armor as well on 3 of our units too. Melon is just a huge difference maker in this game. If there's like something that actually deserves to be nerfed, it might be turtle. I know Northern Lion's a big fan. AT&T always take turtle, and he's definitely not wrong. It's even worth just like freezing pills in the shop just for anticipation of getting a turtle, because you can just immediately pill it and you get that spot open. And now I'm just looking for that level 3 skunk, and things will be perfect. It's exactly what I want. And you'll get to see like the results. Here it looks like another draw. So if I had honey, obviously I would win that, and it would have been over much quicker. But then I wouldn't have time to get this level 3 skunk, because I did sell the swan a while ago. I actually don't remember what turn, but you don't always want to keep swans forever. It's good to have, but eventually you want all of your units to actually be doing something. So I got the mosquito, the skunk, the 2 scalers, and then the badger kind of for like draws, I guess. Level 2 skunk and mosquito doesn't really do anything yet. I'm just, just waiting. The skunk will get there, don't worry. I'm sure people are worried that like the thumbnail is actually just a lie, right? I'm not like Ludwig, where he just clearly does not actually do the things that are in his thumbnail. He's just lying. Isn't that clickbait? Isn't that against TOS? But the skunk's already already at 50-50, so just start buffing the mosquito. It's actually a little bit scary because like no longer putting the strongest unit in front can sometimes cause problems, but not a problem there. And I still got plenty of time, still need 3 more wins. Just looking for that 1 chocolate or skunk in the shop. You actually do have better chance of seeing chocolate in the shop rather than the actual unit that you're looking for, although that was not the case there. Your chance of seeing chocolate, like, oh man, I should have memorized the percentage, but it's pretty good. Like 12% maybe per roll, is that right? I could just be making up numbers and I don't want to actually say. Wow, so they sniped my back too, but it did not even matter because their stats were just terrible, so a little unfortunate for them. Like, just focusing on a sniping build, it just loses out to like really high stats, of course. And now I was like, all right, let's go parrot mosquito, but then I immediately see a tiger, and I'm like, well, tiger mosquito is more funny than parrot mosquito. It looks better in the thumbnail. You gotta think about these things, And this is pretty much the build that I wanted. You got level 3 skunk, you got the tiger, you got the mosquito. We got 4 chances to hit the 1 HP unit. There's always the chance that it does have melon armor, but with the tiger, it means you can hit the same unit twice, so it actually would still be possible to kill. And now I want to unfast forward just to see, and we completely whiffed. Well, that happens. I mean, it's only like a 4 out of 5 chance. That's the math right there, that we hit it. And with melon armor, it's actually a really low chance, because the tiger's only level 1 right now, but I think I'm able to level it up. I at least hope so. That would make it more interesting. Okay, no, level up this turn, but next turn, surely. Like, I've got 3 more rolls to find 1 tiger, 1 chocolate, and then 10 more the next turn. Alright, wow. Got double chocolate, actually. That's amazing. And we've almost got two 50/50s. Let's see. The shiny noses. I have auto name picker on. Again, we completely missed. Wow, okay. But the 1-up scorpion, pretty interesting. But if you have a 1-up scorpion, I would usually put it at the front. Just barely win that one. And now we're at 9 wins. I say we, like you're playing. I guess I'm at 9 wins, or like the former me in the past is at 9 wins. And this is the final round, I think. I mean, it might not be. You can also just like check how long the video is and how much time is left. And that would also tell you if this is the final round. So there's always ways to spoil the things that you want. All right, here we go. Versus Boner saw the sticky balls. What? I didn't even pay attention. And they only have garlic armor, which makes it so helpful. So much easier to snipe. And there we go. We just reduced their highest health unit to 1 and then killed it before it had a chance to do anything. And we win. So it was a pretty fun run. Skunk is just a very fun unit. And yeah, thanks for watching. See ya.